Hey everybody, you're watching Ready Set Drone, and today I want to tell you about one of the most unique e-bikes I have ever seen. Check it out. This bike is the Eahora Urace R3, and it's very different than any other bike we've reviewed before. Most of the bikes we've reviewed before are heavier and a lot more designed for people who just want to cruise around. This is a serious bike designed for people who want to actually get some exercise, who are biking enthusiasts, or if you just like to commute and you want something that's lightweight that you can carry upstairs, this is the bike for you. The fork frame and rims of this bike are made of carbon fiber, which makes it pretty lightweight, around 30 pounds or 14 kilograms, which means if you have to carry it up some stairs or carry it into an office or something like that after your commute, no problem. It also means that it's a little bit easier to ride, and it actually rides really well without any pedal assist at all because it is fairly lightweight for an e-bike. Second of all, it looks amazing. It's got this really unique design that I've never seen before with an integrated headlight, a tail light that attaches but is well suited for the space, comes with a nice seat, and also I like that the screen is built into the frame itself. The screen is not attached up here at the top like some other e-bikes. And the reason I like that is because if you're putting this in and out of a vehicle, the screen is protected. It's basically flat and it's less likely to break off or get cracked or damaged. I've done that before with other screens, taking them in and out of my vehicle and catching it on something and then it cracks and it's useless. So I love that it's integrated. Speaking of integrated, all the cables in this e-bike are completely integrated. You don't see any cables sticking out. These cables are hidden inside the frame, which makes it very, very sleek looking and really kind of hides the fact that it's an e-bike. Now it is a class 1 e-bike, which means that it's legal in most places where e-bikes are legal, as opposed to a class 2 or class 3. It's got a 250 watt motor and it can go up to 28 miles per hour with pedal assist. There are 3 levels of pedal assist and there's no throttle. So as you're pedaling, it's going to react to how you pedal. And speaking of pedaling this thing, it is so smooth. It's one of the smoothest e-bikes I've ridden. Eahora has taken the cadence and the torque sensor and combined them to make them something that is a lot better and feels like you're riding a regular bike. At low speeds, you can just barely pedal and it gives you just a small amount of assistance. And then as soon as you start to crank on it, it just really reacts to how you're pedaling and goes, but it does it in a really smooth way. Now this bike is designed for more of a serious biker, or like I said, someone who wants to commute. It's not designed for off-road, but if you look at the design of the frame, it's got a lot of unique features. For example, it's got the light kind of built into the front here, as well as some little fins down on the bottom. The way that you adjust the seat up and down is different. It's not a quick release. It uses a Allen wrench here that allows you to take it up and down, but it's very sleek looking. It means that there's not a lot in the way. And another unique thing is that the rear motor is a through axle hub motor. What that means is that if you've ever had a flat tire on an e-bike, generally the front tire is not too bad to change, but the back tire can be a nightmare because of cables and all the things that get in the way. With a through axle hub motor, it's much easier to take the tire off and change it yourself and not have to take it into a shop to have the tire changed in case you get a flat, which is amazing. And speaking of rims, these are very unique looking. They have these little dimples in them. They're carbon fiber, they're very lightweight, and it's very smooth as long as you're riding on smooth terrain. Now keep in mind, this bike does not have any suspension at all. So if you're off-road, which you can do, you're riding on some gravel or you're riding over some bumps, it's fine with all that. Just be aware that it's going to be a little bit more of a bumpy ride because this is designed to run on concrete or cement. This bike comes in 3 sizes, small, medium, and large. And that's nice because you're getting a bike that's going to be a better fit for you if you order the size that you actually need. It's not for someone who just wants to push a throttle and go. It's not for that kind of rider. It's for someone who really enjoys the feeling of riding a real bike and that sensation of pedaling and the bike reacting to it and actually having to put a little bit of work in. We also rode it up and down some hills and saw the difference with the pedal assist on and off. Actually, with the pedal assist off, it really wasn't that bad because it feels like a regular road bike pretty much. But with the pedal assist on, you can just zip right up hills. And it's something that's nice because you can turn the pedal assist on and off depending on your situation and how much exercise you want to get. We had several people ask us what kind of bike it was because it is very unique looking. And a lot of people didn't realize it was actually an e-bike. And that's such a nice thing because so many e-bikes just scream that they're an e-bike with their sound, their noise, with the big throttle and the big tires and the giant battery. This bike doesn't look like any of that. This really does look like just a road bike. And so it's something that you could ride along with other people who might be riding regular bikes or a mixed group of regular and e-bikes and feel very comfortable fitting in with those other bikes. One other thing this bike has that I'd never seen before is the L211S shifter system. This is not a mechanical shifting system. It's an electronic shifting system. So you actually push a button and it shifts up or down depending on which button you push. And so it gives you a harder pedal, for more speed on a flat terrain, or easier pedaling for going up something like a steep hill. It's really smooth. When you push the button, it just goes into the next chain ring and you barely feel it, which is nice. It feels very natural and it's a different way of shifting, but something that I like a lot. So the charging port is right here in the center. And one thing we noticed when we put our water bottle on was it was probably better to put it here on this piece of the frame versus this upright, because I think right here it would have blocked that charging port. There are two places you can mount accessories like water bottle cages, and we just chose to do it right there. But it's very easy. You just get an Allen key, undo the bolts, put the water bottle frame on, and put them back in, and you're good to go. This seat is not the most comfortable in the world, but most real road bikes don't have very comfortable seats. And that's kind of the thing, is you want lightweight, and you want something you can get up out of easily if you need to stand up and really pump. So I don't mind the seat. It's something that I'm used to on other bikes. But if you did want to replace it with a cushier seat, you could certainly do that. And these tires are not really skinny road tires, but not fat tires either. They're kind of in that in-between, which means you can take it over gravel, you can take it over some bumps. They do have a pretty high recommended PSI, I think over 100 PSI for them, which means that they're going to run a little bit harder than regular tires, but that gives you more efficiency as you pedal, especially if you're just riding across the road. It means that you're going to be able to get more miles on the bike. Of course, range varies greatly depending on how much you weigh, what type of terrain you're in, what pedal assist mode you're in, and how hard you're actually pedaling, and how many hills there are. There is an app for this bike that allows you to connect via Bluetooth and see how many miles you have left in range, what the battery level is, how far you've traveled, switching between metric and English units of measurement. Things like that are all available in the app if you want to use it. But you don't have to. You can just use the buttons on the bike itself if you want to do it that way. I know everyone's thinking another app that I have to download. And yes, I agree. Sometimes that's a bit of a pain. But this app, honestly, was very easy to download, very quick to connect to the bike, and gives you information that you can't get on the screen itself. Those three pedal assist modes, Eco, City, and Rocket, are also adjustable to how much variance you want between them. So you could make Eco really low, or you could make it really high. Right now, I've kind of got some different variations going between them, but if I wanted to make Rocket 500%, I could do it. I'm gonna keep it at about 300% because I like it down there. But it gives you a little bit of variety, and you can kind of find the pedal assist mode that you like the best. It also has an auto power off. So if you leave it on accidentally and it is just sitting like in your house or something and you forgot to turn it off, it'll go off after a certain amount of time, which you can change. So who is the Eahora Urace R3 for? I don't really think it's for somebody who's not already a biker. If you've been biking for years and you want your first e-bike, this could be a good one. But if you want one that just has a throttle that you can push and go, this may be a little too much for you. It may be too much like a regular bike. This is a great hybrid between an e-bike and a regular bike because you can ride it without any pedal assist and it rides pretty well. It's lightweight enough to move around with and carry up and down stairs if you're commuting. And it's fun. It's just like the joy of riding a regular bike. Plus you don't stand out like you're on an e-bike. It feels and looks like a regular bike. I feel like this is a really nice sweet spot. I commend Eahora for doing something a little bit different with this and coming out with something that is more geared towards real cyclists versus people who just want transportation. And I would say if you're a cyclist and have been for years and you want something that's going to give you just a little bit of assistance going up and down hills and when you need it, this might be one to check out. Let us know your thoughts below. We look forward to hearing from you, and we'll see you next time on Ready, Set, Drone.